Good day, everyone. So for today, we will start to discuss our last topic under the Business Mathematics chapter in our General Mathematics subject. So we have determining rate and time under the compound interest. So what will be our lesson objectives? First is we will solve problems involving compound interest, which are the rate and the time. Okay, so let's start with comparing types of interest rate. So number one, we have effective rate represented by small letter W. It is the interest rate compounded annually in a year. While the second one, we have the nominal rate represented by small letter J. It is the interest rate compounded M times in a year. The amount of money is very small, far below the real value or cost. So, if you'll be comparing the two, it means that if it is effective rate, then it is compounded annually. Once a year lang po siya ina-apply if it is effective rate. Now, if it is nominal rate, then it is compounded m times a year. So, nakadepende siya sa compounding period. So, kung babalik tayo dun sa last lesson natin, dun sa table, given po yung compounding frequency, which are the annually, semi-annually, monthly, bi-monthly, daily. The effective rate is the annually since it is compounded effective rate. It is compounded annually. While the rest, the bi-monthly, the semi-annually, the quarterly, that is the nominal rate. Okay po? Okay. So, these are the formulas for our two types of rates. So first is the effective rate formula. We have W is equal to 1 plus I. Again, I stands for the periodic interest rate where the formula is J divided by M. Raised to M minus 1. So, ibig sabihin, before you will solve the effective rate, you need to solve first the M or the J divided by M, which is the I. And then next, formula for the nominal rate, we have J is equal to quantity of 1 plus W. W means it is an effective rate. So, given po siya sa problem, raised to 1 divided by M minus 1 multiplied by M. Okay, so sa nominal rate naman, given na lahat siya sa problem, so ang gagawin niya na lang is identify the given and then after that, substitute and then solve. Okay po? Ayan. Okay, next. Let's have our first example. Okay, so example number 1, find the effective rate equivalent to 14% compounded quarterly. So now, let's identify the given. So, it says you need to find the effective rate. So, ibig sabihin, ang nawawala po natin ay C. Anong letter po si effective rate? Ano ba naman yan? So, let's have our example number 1. So, problem, we need to find the effective rate equivalent to 14% compounded quarterly. So, after we read the problem, let's identify the given. So, it says that we need to find the effective rate. Okay, so we need to find the effective rate. Ano ba yun? So, let's have our example number 1. So, problem, find the effective rate equivalent to 14% compounded quarterly. So, nandiyan na, nakalagay kung ano ang kailangan nating hanapin. So, hahanapin daw po natin si effective rate. And effective rate is represented by what letter? It is represented by letter W. So, yun po ang hahanapin natin. That is equivalent to 14%. So, kung nawawala po sa effective rate, then, yung given na rate po will be the nominal rate compounded quarterly. So, your M, this is the compounding per year, your M will be equal to 4. Okay po. So, yan po yung ating magiging given for this example. So, now let's proceed to the next slide for writing the given and then, of course, for the solving. So, let's have first the given. Okay. So, we are solving for the effective rate. Given is J which is equal to 14%. And then M is quarterly, so we have 4. So now let's write the formula for the effective rate. We have W is equal to quantity of 1 plus I raised to M minus 1. So nasulat na natin yung formula niya. Tingnan natin kung ano pa ba ang kulang sa formula natin para masolve po muna natin na kailangan sa given. Okay, so tingnan natin. We have M sa formula. So meron na tayong M sa given. And then we also have 1, which is the constant. So hindi magre-remain lang po siya dyan. Hindi po natin yan papalitan. And then we have I. As you can see, wala po tayong I sa given. So before we will solve the effective rate, let's solve first the I, or the periodic interest rate. And formula for I again, we have J divided by M, which is 0.14. Or remember ha, if it is rate for J po, you need to convert it first to decimal. So 14% will be 0.14. So 0.14 divided by our M, which is 4. So divide. 0.14 divided by 4, final answer will be 0.035. And that will be your I. So, na-realize natin, na-complete na tayo sa given. So, if that's the case po, let's substitute all the given to the formula and then solve by following the PEMDAS rule. We have 1 plus our I, which is 0.035, raised to M, which is 4, and then minus 1. Ayan. So, in this step po, ano lang ginawa natin? Sinubstitute lang po natin yung given. Okay po? Yung 1, constant, yung I na 0.035, which is yung nakuha natin dito. And then yung M, which is 4, copy minus 1. Okay, next. So, after natin mag-substitute po, solve na natin sila by following the PEMDAS rule. So, again, PEMDAS means parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So, you need to solve first the parentheses. Yung nasa loob po muna ng parentheses. We have 1 plus 0.035. Of course, that is 1.035. And then, copy po yung the rest. Okay, ano lang ginawa natin? Sinolve lang natin yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Okay, of course, after po ng parentheses, ano na ang next, which is E? We have exponent. So, 1.035 raised to 4 po muna. Okay, so kapag ang gamit po ninyong calculator ay yung lumang version pa po ng cycle, which is ganito pa po ang raise, itatype nyo po yan as 1.035. Pindutin yung sign na iyan na nasa calc ninyo, and then raise to 4. Hindi po yan times 4 ha. That is 1.035 multiplied by itself 4 times. Okay? Ayan. Or kapag sa mga scientific calculator kayo na bago, sulat type si 1.035, tapos pindutin nyo yung x na may box sa taas. Kaya magiging ganyan yun. Tapos nasa taas si 4, which is the exponent. Ayan. Okay, so what will be the answer for 1.035 raised to 4? We have 1.1475 23001, and then copy the minus 1. Again po, hindi po tayo mag-round off sa process. Mag-round off lang po tayo sa final answer. Okay? So, subtract 1 dun sa nakuha nating answer. Yan, subtract po natin si 1. We will get, of course, yung whole number lang yung mapapalitan ay mawawala no kasi minus 1. So, 0.1475 23001. And then since we are solving for the rate, we need to multiply it to 100 and then copy the percent sign. So multiply it to 100. Final answer po, round it off into 2 decimal places. So we have 14.75%. And that will be the effective rate, which will be your final answer. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ginawa lang natin dito is Kapag effective rate, parang kinonvert lang natin siya if ilang percent kapag ginamitan ng nominal rate or vice versa. So kapag halimbawa nag-loan ka, tapos binayaran mo siya ng once a year, yung rate na mai-apply sa'yo ay 14.75%, which is itong nakuha natin kasi this is an effective rate that is compounded annually. Pero kapag depende sa period, dun sa iba pa natin given na period, let's say, ito po, ang nakalagay dito compounded quarterly, so 4 times a year, ang maa-apply sa kanyang rate ay 14%. So, yung 14% na yun, i-apply 4 na beses sa isang taon. Yung 14.75% naman na ito, i-apply 1 beses sa isang taon. Okay? So, let's have another example. Find the effective rate equivalent to 12.5% compounded monthly. So, same. Ang hinahanap pa rin po dito ay effective rate, which is the W. Ayan. So, 12.5%, of course, since ang hinahanap natin ay effective rate, ang nawawala, or ang given po ay si nominal rate, which is our J. So, we have 12.5%. And compounded monthly. Ang conversion per year, M will be equal to, since that is monthly, every month, and then we have 12 months in a year, so that is 12. M is equal to 12. Yan. So, punta tayo sa next slide para isulat ang given at isolve. So, same process po dun sa ginawa natin kanina. Nag-iba lang po talaga ang kanyang given. Okay. So, hindi po pwedeng pareho silang mawala, ha? Either given, kapag given si nominal, syempre, ang nawawala ay effective rate. Kapag given naman sa effective rate, ang nawawala ay si nominal. Ayan. So, J will be 12.5%. Convert it into decimal. That is 0.125. M is compounded monthly. We have 12. So, let's write the formula for the effective rate. We have 1 plus I raised to M minus 1. Okay, so check natin yung formula. Ano pa yung kulang sa formula natin? Yung wala pa po sa given. Para yun munang isolve natin bago tayo mag-substitute. So, you have 1 plus I. Again, kay effective rate po, wala pong, lagi pong hahanapin muna si I bago natin makuha si effective rate. Okay po? So, you have J divided by M, and that is 0.125, okay, divide by our M, which is 12. Okay po? So, divide, final answer for our I, we have 0.01041666667. And this will be the value of our periodic interest rate, or I. Okay, hindi po tayo mag-round off. So, since may nakuha na tayong I, proceed na tayo sa solving. So, copy the formula, and then after that, substitute. We have 1 plus our I, which is 0.01041666667. Raised to our M, which is 12, and po, which is 12, minus 1. Okay pa. Ayan. And then, next, solve natin siya after natin mag-substitute by following the PEMDAS rule. So, syempre, uunahin mo muna yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Ayan. Kaya, magiging, ayan, ipag-add lang yan. Magkakaroon lang ng whole number na 1. So, 1.01041666 10416667 raised to 12 minus 1. And then after that, ano ka na po after mo ng PEMDAS, after mo ng parenthesis, proceed ka na sa E, which is exponent. So, raise po natin siya sa 12. We will get 1.13241646. And then, subtract the 1. Siyempre, pag nag-subtract po tayo ng 1, mawawala lang yung whole number. Okay? Kaya, magiging 0.1324 16046. And then multiplied it to 100 and then write the percent sign. Okay, final answer will be, what will be the final answer? We have 13.24%. Ayan. So, meaning po, kapag given po siya ng rate every year or annually, yung percent rate or yung rate po na ipapatong po doon sa either ni loan mo is 13.24%. Ngayon, kapag siya naman ay compounded monthly, kapag every month naman po, ang i-apply sa'yo na rate ay 12.5%, which is the given. So, yung kinuha natin dito, ilang percent kapag once a year lang? You have 13.24%. Okay? Next, we have example number 3. What nominal rate compounded monthly is equivalent to 6% effective rate? Ayan. So, dito naman, ibang case naman po tayo sa example number 3 natin. Sa example number 3 po natin, ang hinahanap po ay nominal rate. Ano pong letter si nominal rate? We have letter J. Compounded monthly, again, monthly po, we have M is equal to 12. Is equivalent to 6% effective rate. So, andyan na yung word na effective rate. So, your 6% will be the W. Okay po? Siya po si W. So, proceed tayo sa next slide to write the given and then we will solve. So, given for example number 3, we are solving for the nominal rate. Okay? So, we have M, which is monthly. And then, we have effective rate, which is the 6%. Convert it into decimal, we will get 0.06. Yan. So, write the formula of the nominal rate. Sulat natin yung nominal rate. Formula niya para malaman natin kung ano pa ba ang kulang natin sa given bago natin siya isolve. So, we have 1 plus W, which is the effective rate, raised to 1 over M minus 1 quantity of M. So, ibig sabihin, nakamultiply po si M sa buong quantity po ng 1 plus W raised to 1 over M minus 1. Yan. So, tingnan natin, lahat ba ng nasa formula ay given na? Constant 1, and then we have W, meron na po, and then we have M, meron na rin. So, since kompleto na lahat sa given, proceed na kagad tayo sa substitution. Kanina kasi, sa formula po ng effective rate, may I. Kaya, kinuha muna natin si I. So, since dito, kompleto naman na lahat ng given, then proceed na agad tayo sa substitution and then solve. Okay. So, we have 1 plus our W, which is 0.06, raised to 1 over our M, which is 12, minus 1, our M is also 12. Okay? Sa lahat ng to, W, M, M, sinubstitute ko lang po sa formula. Ito po ang ating given. Okay. So, unahin po muna natin yung nasa loob ng bracket. Yan. So, isa-isahin natin ha. Step by step tayo. So, 1 plus 0.06, of course, that is 1 point. That is what? 1.06. Okay. So, yun muna galawin natin. The rest, copy po. Okay. Copy po lahat yung the rest. Next. After mo ngayon ng parenthesis po, ayan, nakita naman natin na meron po tayong exponent. So, sa exponent po natin, siya po ay fraction. So, kung ang gamit po ninyo ay yung lumang po nating cycle, i-type nyo po siya as ganito. So, type 1.06, tapos pindutin yung sign na ito. Lagay po kayo ng parenthesis. 1 divide 12. And then, makukuha nyo na yung answer. And then, doon naman, syempre, sa mga nakacycle na ngayon, na latest, type nila 1.06, tapos may X box doon sa taas, X tapos box sa taas, pindutin lang yon, and then pindutin yung fraction, then 1 over 12 po ang isusulat ninyo. Ayan. So, 1.06 raised to 1 over 12, answer will be 1.06 0.004867551. And then, lahat po, since na-answer na natin to, lahat po ay copy lang. Okay? The rest is copy. Okay. Next. So, ito po, 1.004867551 minus po tayo ng 1. Siyempre, pag nag-minus tayo ng 1, mawawala lang si whole number. So, we have 0.04867,551. Okay? So, wala ng whole number. 0 na. And then, after that, you will multiply it to our m, which is 12. So, answer will be 0.0584106067.8. Okay, again, answer will be, if you will multiply it to 12, 0.05841060678. And then after that, multiply it to 100 and then write the percent sign. And that will be the nominal rate. So we have 5.84%. Make sure po na i-round off po siya into 2 decimal places, ha? Ayan. So, kapag isang buong bagsakan po, yung rate na ibibigay sa inyo annually po isang beses, 6%. Pero kapag monthly po, ang ipapatong po sa inyo na rate is 5.84%. Okay? Or yun yung magiging katumbas niya kapag monthly. Tapos, 6% naman ang katumbas niya kapag annually. Okay. Last example for the rate. We have find the rate compounded semi-annually is equivalent to 15% effective. Ayun yung word ng 15% effective. So, since given sa effective po, which is 15%, matik po ang hinahanap natin ay sino? Si nominal. Okay? Si nominal ang hinahanap. And then, we have here, compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually po, your M will be equal to 2. Okay? Sulat natin yung given. So, given, we are solving for the nominal rate. And then, M is semi-annually. We have 2. Ang sabi po, effective rate is 15%. Convert it into decimal, that is 0.15. Ayan. So, given na po. Nasulat na po natin lahat ng given sa problem. Proceed po tayo sa formula ng nominal rate. So, we have J, and then 1 plus W raised to 1 over M minus 1 multiplied it to M, or the conversion per year. So, since lahat na nasa given, ano na lang gagawin natin? We will substitute. So, same process katulad ng example number 3 po natin. Okay, so substitute na po natin. 1 plus our W, which is 0.15. And then, exponent will be 1 over our M, which is 2. Minus 1. Copy, M, copy po natin si 2. Okay? So, M will be 2. Ayan. So, next, solve na natin siya po. At kapag sinolve po natin siya is we need to follow the PEMDAS rule. So, unahin muna natin yan nasa loob ng parenthesis. We have 1 plus 0.15. Of course, that is 1.15. Raised to 1 half minus 1. And then multiplied it to 2. Next is we have E for exponent. 1.15. Okay, 1.15 raised to 1 divided by 2. Okay, yun muna. E muna po ha. We have 1.072380,529. Okay, 1.072380,529. The rest po is copy. So, minus 1 times 2. So, dito, sa step na ito, ang sinolve lang natin ay yung exponent. Okay. Next step is we will subtract. Yung may operation muna bago natin sila i-multiply sa 2. So, 1 point, and then minus 1, of course, maaalis lang yung whole number na 1. So, we have 0.072380,529. And then, after that, multiply it to our m, which is 2. We will get 0.144761, okay, 0.144761,059. Since we are dealing with the rate, we need to multiply it to 100 and then copy the percent sign. So, final answer, round it off 2 decimal places. We have 14 point. Since that is 6 po, yung kasunod ni 7, it will become 14.48%. And that will be the final answer. Okay, so now let's have determining the time. And then given formula for time, we have log of a over p divided by log of 1 plus I divided by m. So a stands for the future value, p stands for the principal amount, I stands for the periodic interest rate, which is the formula j divided by m, and then m is the conversion per year. Okay, so formulated lang siya, so madali na lang natin siyang isolve. So let's have an example. Christine deposited 80,000 pesos in a bank paying 10% compounded monthly. If his money amounted to 98,000 pesos, how long was the money invested? Okay. So, Christine deposited 80,000. So, nandun na po yung word na deposited. Again, kapag deposited po or invested, loan, that will be the principal amount. Okay? And then, we have 10%. Okay, compound interest. Ano nga ulit yung may mga percent sign? Kung kay simple interest po, lahat ng percents ng may percent sign na makikita ninyo sa given ay rate, which is represented by or. Anong letter naman kay compound interest, yung may percent sign? We have J, which is the nominal interest rate. Okay? And then compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. So your M will be 12. If his money amounted to 98,000 pesos, 98,000 pesos, yung 80 niya daw, naging 98. So, syempre, this will be the future value kasi kasama na dyan yung naging interest niya. How long was the money invested? So, gaano daw katagal yung pag-invest niya ng pera sa bank na iyon. Kaya, naging 98,000 yung 80,000 niya. Okay, so let's write the given. Given po natin sa problem na yan, we have principal amount which is 80,000 pesos. Okay, next, our J which is 10%. Convert it into decimal, that is 0.10. Okay, next, we have M monthly which is 12. A, the future value, we have 98,000 pesos. And then, we are solving for the time. Okay, so now, let's have the formula for the time. So, you have T is equal to log of A over P divided by log of 1 plus I. And then, divide it by M. Okay. So, let's see kung lahat na ba nasa given bago tayo mag-substitute. Ayan, may A tayo, may P, may M, pero wala tayong I, which is the periodic interest rate. So, since wala po tayong I, solve muna natin si I. So, again, formula, J divided by M. Our J is given, 0.10. And then, our M, we have 12. Okay, so 0.10 divided by 12. Final answer will be I is equal to 0.008, and then we have 9 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this will be the value of our I. Okay, next. Since may I na tayo, then we can now able to solve for the time. So let's substitute it first. So you have log of A. A is 98,000. Divided by P is 80,000. All over by log of 1 plus our I. Ayan po yung value ng I na nakuha natin. We have 008 and then we have 9 trees. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then divide it to our M, which is 12. Okay. Next. Okay, numerator po muna tayo. So, step by step po natin siya. Ang uunahin nyo po muna is yung 98,000 divide by 80,000. So, what will be the answer? Copy nyo lang po si log, ha? So, we have 1.225. Ano lang ginawa natin dyan? Inuna po natin yung 98,000 divide by 80,000. So, we have 1.225. Then, after that, syempre, ganun din. Sa denominator, compute nyo muna yung may operation. So, 1 plus, of course, whole number po will be 1. 1.008. And then, we have 9 trees. Okay. And then, divide it by 12. Yan. Next. Numerator ulit. Sa numerator po, pipindutin nyo na po ngayon yung log. Okay? So, log of 1.225. Ngayon po, kapag ang gamit po ninyo ay yung lumang calculator, pindutin nyo lang agad yung log and then 1.225. Doon naman sa mga bago po ang calcu, may sub po dyan. Okay? May sub po sa calcu, magiging log sub of 10 po ang isisulat ninyo. Log sub of 10, and then we have of 1.225. So you will get 0.08 0.088 divide by, same pa din. Pinutin po yung log, and then kapag may base po, pakisulat po si 10. Ngayon, kung wala naman, diretso lang po natin silang i-type. Si log of 1.008 and then we have 9 trees. Okay po? Yan. Okay. So, answer will be 0.00360,412,4269. Okay? And then divide it by 12. Okay. Next po, we will divide these two. Ayan. So, lahat ng nasa numerator, divide it na nasa denominator. Okay. So, pag dinivide po natin yan, we have 0.088,136,0887. Ayan. Divide po natin siya sa 0.00360,412,4269. So, answer will be 24.45423135. Okay? And then after that, divide nyo po yung sagot na yan sa 12, which is the final step. And then round off your final answer into 2 decimal places. So we have 2.037. So since 7 ang kasunod ni 3, round off, it will become 2.04, which will be your final answer. Okay? So since time po ang pinag-uusapan natin, dapat siya po ay in years and months. Okay? In years and months po siya. So, matik yung whole number po will be the year. So, since that is 2, we have 2 years. Ayan. And, yung decimal niya po is i-convert natin sa months. Okay po? Titigil lang tayo hanggang months ha. Bali, years and months lang po ang i-consider natin. So, yung ating decimal po, i-multiply natin siya sa 12. So, 0.04 times 12, we have 0.48. At ang whole number po, kapag multiply nyo na po, yun po yung magsisilbing months. But since ang nakuha po natin dito ay 0.48, whole number ay 0, then wala po tayong months. Yung final answer lang po ninyo is 2 years. Okay po? Ayan. Last example. When will 135,000 pesos accumulate to 150,000 pesos if it is invested at 12% compounded quarterly? Okay, so let's have our given. So, 135,000 pesos daw po. Kailan daw magiging 150? So, ibig sabihin, ito yung amount na ininvest mo or dineposit mo. So, this will be the principal amount. Next, kailan magiging 150? O ibig sabihin, this will be the future value kasi nandito na si interest. And then next, we have the 12%. Ayan, so interest rate for the compound interest, we have the nominal interest rate. And then compounded quarterly. So since it is quarterly, M will be equal to 4. And then the question is when? So we are solving for the time. Okay? So let's write our given. So given is, ayan, we have P, which is 135,000 pesos. A, or the future value, which is 150,000 pesos. Nominal interest rate, we have 12%. Convert it into decimal, that is 0.12. And then, compounded quarterly, so M will be equal to 4. And we are solving for the time. Okay, so now let's write the formula for the time. We have log of A over P divided by log of 1 plus I divided by M. Okay, so that is the formula for the time. So let's see if lahat po ba ay nasa given na bago natin siya i-solve. So we have A, we have P, we have M, but we do not have I. So let's solve for the periodic interest rate, which is I. Formula is J divided by M. So J divided by M, our J is 0.12, and then our M is 4. So 0.12 divided by 4, we have I is equal to 0.03. Okay, so now kompleto na tayo sa given, then let's substitute. So we have a log of our A is 150,000. Our P is 135,000. Divide by log of 1 plus our I, which is 0.03. And then divide it by M. So ano po muna ang uunahin natin? Uunahin po natin yung numerator na A divide by P. So 150,000 divide by 135,000. So susulat muna natin sila ha. Ayan. So we have answer is 1.1111111111. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 ones. Okay? Divide by, of course, add lang natin yung dalawa. That is 1.03. And then divide by our M. Ayan, di pa pala natin siya na-substitute kanina. Ang M natin ay 4. So divide it by 4. Okay. So, again, pindutin po natin si log. Kapag po base, kapag po may sub, ang isa-sub po ninyo doon ay 10. Okay? Pag wala naman, then pakisulat na lang or pakitype na lang po lahat yan. Log and then 1.91. Okay, 9 po yan ha. So, answer will be 0.0457749,052. Okay, so that will be for the numerator. Okay po? And then, denominator, we have log of 1.03. So, answer is 0.0128372247 and then divide it by 4. Of course, second to the last step po is you will divide 0.04575749052 divided by 0.0128372247. So, answer is 3.564437,918. Last step is you will divide it to the m, which is 4. So, final answer will be 0.89. Okay. So, ibig sabihin po, since 0.89 yung nakuha ninyong final answer, 0 yung whole numbers, ibig sabihin hindi siya umabot ng isang taon. So, since wala po siyang taon, yung decimal po, matik na yung i-convert ninyo into months. So, months lang po ang magiging final answer ninyo. So, 0.89 po times 12, final answer is we have 10 months. For this example number 2. Okay po. And that will be our lesson for this week. And also the last topic for business mathematics. So thank you for watching.